Understand that transgenderism will gateway us into transhumanism. Before I start, I'm not here to defame, belittle, demoralize, or bash any group of individuals. I'm merely just giving you the facts, and what you do with that information is entirely up to you. The word Satan comes from the Hebrew word hashatan, which means the opposer, and this correlates to what I posted the other day about humanity being hijacked by an opposing force. These are basically Satanists who literally love to invert everything to minimize the human potential. The highest form of worship in Luciferianism is the inversion of God's will. Satanism at its roots is the externalizing of the divine that is within you. We all have masculine and feminine brains called the two hemispheres, and hemispherical sync would be the merging of those two divinities internally, but it's been literalized externally. For the exact reason why these Satanists are sacrificing children. It is the externalization of making sacred the cerebral spinal fluid, also called the seminal fluids, within the male. But instead of sacrificing and offering the children up to a false god, you should be making the children sacred to yourself by raising these fluids from the base of your spine or sacrum bone up to the crown to become illuminated with a higher awareness. Even most churches have their tithing set up to give 10% of our silver and gold up to God. But that is your cerebral spinal fluid, which is mercury or quicksilver, and that becomes gold when it is elevated entirely. If you are supporting globalism, then you are supporting globalism, because it has everything to do with the Great Deception. If you believe in gravity, you believe in the ball. If you believe in the government whose motto on the dollar bill is "In God We Trust," God stands for Government Ordinance Department, which is to govern your mind, to create and solve every problem you encounter. It is the inversion of your own human power. You give up your natural inheritance to become a random object instead of becoming the center of your own universe made in God's image. So I need you to understand that the Baphomet is a male with female parts because God is sexless, yet the devil is both sexes. God is eternal spirit and the devil is temporal matter. God is oneness and the devil is duality. Baphomet is androgynous, which means male and female. But that leads to androids, which means androgynous humanoids. They want us to be okay with identifying as non-gender specific because it eventually legitimizes identifying as a non-human in general. They are currently driving the spiritual movement towards a dead end with their predatory energy. Now, first of all, who is they? It's the people in democracy, aka demon crazy. They are energy vampires. It's the politics, which means many ticks, with their parasitic agendas. And the agenda is to deceive the masses into giving up their soul. Therefore, yes, the Bible is basically their manifesto. So yes, right now we are in end times. And the end game is all-time data collecting and soul energy harvesting with our bodies as batteries to the AI quantum computing beast system. They want to capture and limit our bodies in these smart city freight container stacked up hotels, as you've seen in that movie Ready Player One, or like in The Matrix, while they allow our free mind to occupy the virtual universe and use our souls as decentralized electrical signal impulses on the blockchain ledger system. That's what 5, 6, and 7G are for. It's not for making the internet faster for us. It is a piece of military technology, and we are basically funding and building our own open-air prisons with digital technology. And that's what BlackRock and Oak Ridge supercomputers are for. It's for record keeping of all of our information, mind files of our beingness into a crystalline database for their use to create the AI, which is the opposite of natural intelligence. This is spiritual warfare artificial against nature, and nature always wins. So as an educator and a humanitarian, I suggest you merge with nature and prepare right away for true ascendance, which is transcendence, not transhumanism. We transcend space and time by becoming spirits again, and not through bio-digital convergence by becoming virtual avatars. There is no such thing as a nuclear bomb or a nuclear warhead. All of these threats of nuclear catastrophe is fear-mongering. The only way an explosion happens like this, every single explosion we've ever seen, has been done by igniting thousands of tons of ammonium nitrate, what they use to make TNT. The most divine thing about this explosion is it is a representation of a divine masculine energy and a divine feminine energy. This being the penis, this being the vagina. And this also looks kind of familiar, kind of like, which is an ankh. This is a representation of divine feminine and divine masculine finding unity. So the most powerful you will ever become is to be in your divine masculine or in your divine feminine. And you cannot invert that no matter how hard you try in accordance with nature. Now, I'm sure you've seen this movie Hancock, which is an inversion when they talk about the gods finding their twin flame, and when they fall in love, they end up becoming mortal and die.
We worked for years trying to activate your source code. I was about to give up when I realized it was never just you. Alone, neither of you is of any particular value. Like acids and bases, you're dangerous when mixed together. Every sim where you two bonded, let's just say bad things happened.